3 hours and 10 minutes later, I finally get to take my first break because the team I'm working with are a bunch of potatoes. No, we can't have two people breaking at the same time. There's 6 of us on. We could have 3 people breaking at the same time. It's freaking Sunday. Nobody's calling. Deal with it. I was going to hold off and refeed tomorrow, but I realized something kind of crazy. Holding camera, dressed in my jammies with a heavy blue shirt. Stepping on the scale right now. I'm coming in at 219. Last night, with no clothes on whatsoever, stepping on the scale. With clothes on, I was coming in at 221. Without clothes, I was coming in at 218. That's like 3-pound difference. So, I'm guessing that I'm probably not that much far off from that right now. From 216. So, started this fast on what? Thursday was my last feeding day. Friday, Saturday, today. Gonna refeed tonight according to the clock on the fasting thing. I've hit about 63 hours. Definitely gonna enjoy some ribs tonight. Maybe even some ground chicken. So, that's awesome. I also found out that the grocery store near me, the one I like to go to, Parker's Independent, they offer a delivery service. So if I really want to get lazy and not leave the house, and by lazy I mean safe, all I got to do is give Parker's a call and be like, and not even give him a call, jump on the website, order up a bunch of groceries, pay by credit card, and then just let them deliver it to the house. It's already paid for. They just drop it on the doorstep. I open the door, grab it, and we got food. So I really don't even need to leave my house to get food now. That's pretty sweet. Don't even need a shovel to dig it. Because like I said, guys, I'm going to be rationing hard to avoid having to go get food. And if I do have to go get food, I'm going to be getting out of here super late at night, like 7:30, going in, grabbing what I need, paying, and getting the frig out of there as fast as possible. Stay quarantined, stay safe. The amount of people who tell me to stay safe is amazing. Yeah, it's Sunday here. It's Sunday. It's been almost a week of quarantine for me. I started on Tuesday, and I guess Tuesday will be a week. In a way, I'm hoping they don't ask me to work next weekend, because even though the extra hours and extra cash is nice, I'm starting to not be happy. Not happy about it. Fun times is what it is. I definitely need a couple days just to detune and not deal with this nonsense. So, I'm hoping next weekend I don't get asked to work. Because I know if I get asked to work and I deny work, they'll be mad. So I'm better off just to take the work and do it. But just need some time. Well, that was weird. You'd think after fasting for so long, the ability to poop wouldn't happen. But I just had to go rifle one off. So that was fun. I probably weigh less now. Neat. It's 12:30. It's getting there anyway. I'm on another break because I took my first break super late. So I took a second break to come downstairs and drop ass with class. Because the other guys want to go for lunch and stuff. And I don't bother because I'm not eating. So I just take multiple breaks in a day. Relax. Stretch my freaking arms out. My legs out. Good note is, because I haven't been working out, my shoulder is feeling a hell of a lot better. Yep. This shoulder here has been driving me nuts, but it's also getting bigger, so that's good. Because this shoulder's lagging behind compared to this one here. Mainly because I use my right arm for everything, right? I'm like right-handed. When I go to lift something, it's always like grab grocery bags, it's always my right hand. Go to do anything, it's always right hand. Open doors, right hand. You know, when you're right hand dominant, if you're left hand dominant, your left side would grow a lot faster because you just use it more in the day-to-day activities, like, you know, throwing a ball, shoveling. Usually when you're shoveling, your lifting arm is always your dominant arm. You hardly ever use your left unless you're doing pushing. Then you'll notice that you're now holding the shovel backwards from when you shovel because you're putting more force in with your right than you are with your left. So whatever the activity calls for requires more force. Your brain just naturally makes you lead with your dominant. So I've been doing some workouts there like laterals and stuff, and I'll put a 20-pound dumbbell on my left and a 15-pound dumbbell on my right. So I up the weight on the one side, do the same reps, but the one side's getting a little bit more, what do you call that, resistance. Therefore, it should be influencing a little bit more growth. And I also do more reps on the one side too. So that's fun. Anyway, I got to get back to work. Tonight I'm really going to work out. Then we're going to eat some riblets. I'm so excited. The life. Just lay out here in the sun. Relax. Enjoy. Must be nice. I envy you, little shitheads. Anyway, I got a little job to do after work. It's almost 2 o'clock. There are 2 more hours left of this nonsense. Where the heck is my stuff? I think I still have a Nintendo Wii. Yes, I do. Do I have the sensor bar? I don't even know where the hell I put that. Okay, so I got a friend who wants to borrow my Wii because I'm not using it, and I never will use it because, well, I don't really play video games. So what I'm wondering, I'm going to have to take the Wii out of there. And do I still have the sensor bar for it? Yes, I do. Good, I got the sensor bar, I got whatever that thing is. The Wiimotes are, oh god, they're probably in there somewhere, which is going to be fun to get to. So that's going to be a thing. Okay, that might take a little bit of effort, but I'm pretty sure the Wiimotes and nunchakus are in there. Everything else should be in here. The Wii itself is right yonder. And I do have Lysol wipes to use to disinfect everything. But I don't know if I have a box to put it all in. I got a bag upstairs, that'll work. Where did I put the video games for that? Oh, they're on the tower. Sweet, I think. I think not. Yeah, I'll have to find those too. They might be in that Tupper tote too. Shaz bought. Yeah, I'm going to loan her the Wii because I don't use it anymore and she's got nothing for video games, so, or entertainment, and she's sitting at home going stir crazy and she wants something to do. And I figure Wiimote or Nintendo Wii is great because if you're not a gamer, it's not, it's fine. They got like the bowling and the tennis and all that other fun stuff. So you can just bowl or play tennis or do whatever the hell you want. I got other games for it. Like I got some Dragon Ball Z game that I used to like playing it back in the day. It was kind of fun. Play Dragon Ball Z and you get to like do punches and freaking Hadoukens and stuff and like throw fireballs and you punch really fast. Your guy would shoot like laser beams out of his hands and you look like an idiot doing it, but it's about as close to VR as you get back in the day, right? Motion controls, it was this exciting awesomeness of video games. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of talk online about the new consoles coming out, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox, whatever the frig they're calling it. And honestly, it's like they're literally PCs. Like the Xbox is literally a PC. It's running Ryzen 3rd generation, SSDs, ray tracing video cards and all that. It's literally a PC, but the only reason why I can never go back to console gaming over PC is because PC offers you the versatility of modding a game. So like, for instance, Grand Theft Auto, you beat it, you're bored, you got nothing to do. There's a huge community out there of people developing add-ons for the game to give it more replay value. Where on a console, it's like you beat a game, then what? What do you do with it? Play it again, play it again, play it again? Come on. We're not in the 80s anymore. We're not blowing it into Nintendo cartridges. We have this awesome capability of having games modded so we can get more out of them. Might as well use that, right? So that's where I sit. I like the idea of being able to modify my games and make them better and then play them where they're not intended to be played, but they work, so it's all good. Also, the online play. That's something that I'm hoping with this next gen, because it's so damn close to PC, that certain games are cross-platform. Like, I love the idea, like, when we got into Forza back in the day, Forza 3, Forza, was it? Horizon 3, I was playing on PC, Church was playing on PC, Stuffs was playing on an Xbox, 88 was playing on an Xbox, I'm pretty sure DK was playing on an Xbox, but we're all playing together. We're all hanging out, we're all over, we're all on the same chat program. Mind you, we're all using computers on TeamSpeak, but we're all on the same program, all hanging out, but we weren't on the same thing. Some were on Xbox, some were on PC, and we all had a good time. There are some games like that offer that, like War Thunder. It's all cross-platform. When you're playing, you could be playing against a PlayStation guy. You could be playing against an Xbox guy. You could be playing against a PC guy. You never know. And I do get why first-person shooters can't be like that, because let's face it, you could be super amazing awesome with a controller, but if somebody's mediocrely good with a mouse keyboard, their snap accuracy is just going to devastate you. I always get arguments saying, no, that's not the case. You know, some people are just deadly with a joystick and can outmaneuver someone with a mouse. No. No. It takes too long to turn with a joystick. With a mouse, I can turn 7 times around. I can 360, 720, friggin' 1440 LMNOP friggin' no-scope you faster than you can make one 360 turn. So, yeah. You know, whip of the mouse, DPI set super high. You can really, really, really crank around hard. But you got to be good with that. So I get it. It gives an unfair advantage to the PC user. And I understand why people like consoles, because it's like a no fuss, no muss. You just go out and buy the damn thing, hook it up to your television, and then put the game disc in and press play, and you're good to go. There's no fiddling around with having the right hardware, having the right software, having the right driver set up, going in to configure the video so that it plays optimally on your computer, because in the computer world, there's a Heinz 57 option. Everybody's rig is different. Nobody's running the same exact anything. Where in consoles, it is what it is. You bought what you bought. You get what you get. So, that's the thing. There better be nobody freaking here right now. Okay, I just heard some car doors. So I'm going to say there better be nobody freaking here, because there should be nobody freaking here. Because, like, frig sakes, frig off. We're in quarantine. Anyway, I just came downstairs to make sure my Wii was there and all the stuff was there. It's going to be fun trying to disconnect all that shit, but gotta do what you gotta do to get shit did. It was Friday the 13th, the last time I was in the office. No, it wasn't. But on Friday the 13th, I always change my desktop wallpaper to this. Just haven't felt the need to change it back because I haven't been back in the office, and I'm just like, whatever. As long as the computer works and I can do my job, who gives a care, right? Oh, well, work is done. It's 4 o'clock. Tomorrow we don't have to be until 9, which means I get to sleep into 7:45 instead of 6:45, so an extra hour of snoozies. That's exciting. You know what else is exciting? Remember that coffee pot I bought? Pumpy? I don't know what to call it. But the coffee I made yesterday is still in it, and it's still warm. Man, it's so freaking nice out right now. Perfect day for a quarantine. So it looks like Uncle Dougie announced that he's requesting for this time that food is more important than rent and mortgage. Bank's already conceded with the mortgage. If you're laid off, can't afford to pay your mortgage, contact your financial institute as soon as possible. At least in Canada. Don't know what they're doing in the States, but in Canada, contact your financial institute as soon as possible. Advise them of your situation, and they should be waiving or deferring your mortgage payments for the time being. Because there was a posting today on the CBC News about at least isolation in Canada, saying that this might be going on for a couple more months, because if you look at it, when it started over in China, they knew about it in November, right? And China knew about it in November, and they silenced all the whistleblowers because they're douches. Rather than alerting the world that this pandemic could spread, they kept it on the hush-hush. I have my own conspiracy theories about that. I'll probably explain those to you. But basically, they kept them on the hush-hush, and 6 months later, China has announced, well, at least that's what social media says, take it with a grain of salt, but they said there has been no new cases 6 months later, that people are on the mend. That's great for China, but that took them 6 months to get to there. We just started our outbreak monkey here a week ago, so that means we could have 6 months. We might lose our summer. There might not be no summer activities, guys. You know, you can go out and mow your lawn and stuff like that, but there won't be any hangouts and barbecues and, you know, going to the beach and enjoying swimming and all that fun stuff. It's going to be an isolation summer, which could potentially suck a lot. get ready for it. It is what it is. So just got to deal with it. Now, obviously, President Trump has been looking like a douchebag on the news. You can see those videos pretty much everywhere. He's got to quit making false promises. Like, he's really got to quit making false promises, offering services that he cannot enforce. Like, that's the end of the story there. If anything, he's shooting himself in the foot because I believe the USA is up for new presidential terms or whatever. Like, you guys are going into election mode like what we did last year. You guys are going to be doing that this year. So the last thing he should be doing is offering false hope to people, knowing that his term is coming to an end, because that's just not good business. Especially if you want to run and win again, because people are going to look at you and see and be like, wow, this guy said all this stuff and it's not even happening. What the hell's wrong with him? We don't want him as a president. And he gets axed. So anyway, that's what I say. The guy should probably, go with a better route. Take this more seriously. Quit saying a bunch of bullshit and actually have facts, because all he's doing is making himself look like a dummy. And it's working. What do I weigh in at now? How the hell did I gain 2 pounds? 221 now. Neat. On a lighter note, I did drink a whole friggin' jug of salt water, so that might have something to do with it. That is okay, because I don't want to lose too much weight from doing this survival mode, but a little bit of weight loss ain't too bad. It's more or less I want to burn fat, and I'm doing that, so that's pretty badass. I do say so myself. Just right now I'm retaining water like a bastard because I drank so much freaking salt water. Okay, well, yeah. Alrighty, well, it's time to go put in a workout. And then once the workout's done, time to drive some food in my face hole because I'm freaking starved. Not really starved, I'm just hungry. I could eat. Just look at that beautiful spectacle of meat. That's right, people. Done my workout. Put in an hour. Burned. Well, let me show you. I don't know how well that's coming across, but we're looking at an hour and 3 minutes. Come on. Hour and 3 minutes, 153 beats per minute max, 125 average, and 639 calories out the mother friggin' door, boys. Still only puts me at 2,200 on the day. Life is so much different when you're not pacing. Anyway, there's my meat, or my meal, which is all meat. Got the ribs. Got the ground chicken here. I don't want this to go bad, so figured I'd cook it up. Pretty damn good. So I'm gonna go drive this shit in my face. Talk to you in a bit. Man, this camera's freaking weird. I swear to Christ, it's just so weird. It's like I plug it in and take the videos off of it, and you think it's getting a charge, but it's not getting a charge until you turn it off and let it charge, because my port on my computer is obviously not sending that much voltage to it. Freaking weird. Anyway, we had our meal, now we fast. We also had our meal, and well, I'm going to show you how much I weigh now. It's pretty dick. I just wanted to get some water, because I've been drinking snake juice so much that I think the salts gave me the shits. Yeah, I ate, and then I had two bouts of the water dumps. It was a good time. Probably didn't want to hear that. You might be eating while you're watching this, but check this out. That's after eating all that food. Only 223 pounds. I'm not really trying to lose weight with all this, but I'm going to end up losing weight because, like I said, the objective is the social distance as much as possible, and that means avoid going to the grocery stores as much as possible. And avoid being around people as much as possible. Which kind of sucks, because guess what tonight was that I totally missed out on because of social distancing? Big Money TV Bingo. Yep. Usually, since, I don't know when we started that. I want to say in January, I started going over to my friend's house every Sunday, and we roll bingo. Maybe February. I don't know, I played a bunch of nights. It got so crazy that I actually have my own dabber over there. And every Sunday I would go over there and we'd just play bingo. It was a thing, and we always agreed that if we won, even if it was $100, $50, $7, whatever, we'd split it even. So that doubles our chances of winning because we're playing 2 packs of cards. And the last time I got to play was last Sunday on my birthday. So, I don't know, I kind of missed it. And I really wish that the local TV channel, because they have their own YouTube, I wish they would live stream it to freaking YouTube, because that would be pretty sweet. Because then people like me who cut the wire because of profiteering gluttons like cable companies, who basically charge you an arm and a leg for cable TV, and literally 30% of their channels are just playing Big Bang Theory reruns, because that show's friggin' stupid. Like, why not just live stream it on your YouTube channel, do a zero latency live stream, and let those who smartened up and got away from the cable companies to be able to play along? You probably sell more cards and get more money. It's It's literally two charity organizations in North Bay, the Rotary Club and the Lions Club, running this damn thing. So the more cards they sell, the more money they have to put back towards charity, all the charity work they do, and all that shit. So if they were to live stream it for a lot of us, especially now during this pandemic, because a lot of people don't have cable TV, and I'm one of them, and I know a lot of my friends don't either. They just use services like Netflix and Disney Plus and YouTube TV, and that's about it. You know, they might have Android boxes with some illegal subscription software onto it, but other than that, nobody's really paying for cable. Like, there are a lot of people who pay for cable TV, like my parents are one of them, but a lot of people are cutting the cord because they're finding that the programming sucks, and what really sucks about it is it's scheduled programming. So if a show is playing at like 11 o'clock at night, but you got to be at work at 7 a.m., are you really going to stay up till 11 to watch that show from 11 to 11:30, go to bed at 12, wake up at 5 and feel rested? Hard no. Hard no you won't, because if you do, you're going to be devastated the next day. Why? So you could watch a television program that was on that'll probably replay in the future? Not worth it. That would have been kind of cool, but I missed out on it, and I'm going to miss out on a bunch more because, like I said, this was announced on CBC News that we could be looking at a long time with this social distancing, long enough until they can develop a solution to it. And by that I mean like a cure or a vaccine. So until that nonsense happens, we could be sitting ducks. So honestly, I think now is probably a good idea for Premier Justin Trudeau to grab what data Ontario has on the Universal Basic Income Program, because we did it in Ontario, in Hamilton actually. They ran the program for a year and a half, and they have a lot of data on it. And then when Uncle Dougie became Premier of Ontario, he scrapped the whole program, along with a bunch of other programs, that dummy. One of them being to do with medical science, which we could probably use right now for more research assistance on this pandemic. But hey, what happened? That's what happens when you put corporations in charge of a province, right? They get dumb, try to find ways to save money. Then they spend it on stupid things like signs that say we're open for business and license plates that say we're open for business that don't function at night. But hey, I'm just a citizen. What do I have to know, right? Yeah. But it is the perfect time for them to review the information that was gathered over the year and a half of basic income and realize that this might be the ideal solution. Instead of just doing an EI payment, maybe it's time that we roll out with basic income for all. Maybe if people were making money to not go to work, and the way it worked was pretty good. Like, it's not a lot of money, but it's more than you get on disability. Like, I think on disability, my friend told me you get about $10.75 a month, which, if you live in Toronto, that can afford you a cardboard box behind some dive bar, you know? On basic income, universal basic income, the way Ontario had it set up was a person like me living in a house on their own, I would get $1,300 and change. I think it was $1,375 a month. It doesn't get changed if you're working, unlike disability. On disability, if you're working, you're allowed to make a certain amount of money, and then they start deducting from your disability check, which is why Walmart hires a lot of the disabled and gives them shit hours, because they're accommodating them for their disability. So you can make, let's say, I don't even know what it is. Let's say it's $500 a month. So they'll give them 10 hours a week or 12 hours a week or whatever, which will give them their $500 extra a month. So now instead of making $10.75, they're making $15.75. Disability's paying them, and they're getting a check on the side, and they're paying back into the income taxes, which is great for them. With universal basic income, they would get $13.75, and if it's a family, they were getting $2,400 for the household a month. Now, to be fair, $2,400 a month is what I make right now at my job, doing IT work, under contract. Does that mean if I got basic income at that rate, I would quit my job? Hard no. That just means now I have more money to put back into businesses and to get the economy booming more, right? It ends up getting put back out there. This is also a taxable income, so you have to pay income tax on it. The government will get their share back. But the long run is that means people are once this whole pandemic's over, people will be able to go out and afford to, say, upgrade their vehicle, bringing back the vehicle plants. Look at all the vehicle plants that were closing down prior to COVID-19. Look at all the like Samsung announced that they were hurting because nobody's buying new phones, nobody's buying new televisions, nobody's buying new anything because they were blaming it on need. Well, no, it's not need. It's people can't afford it. If people can't afford to go out and buy that new 65-inch television, people can't go out to buy that new Chevy Camaro or that new Chevy whatever their shit car is, or the new Ford shit car, or the new Dodge shit car, or the new Honda shit car, then they're not going to buy it because they can't afford it. They're not going to put themselves in a crisis just to get a new car to keep a company in business because they can't. So UBI comes out, it pays more than welfare, it pays more than social or disability. So in the long run, is it a better solution? I say yes. I say big time yes. Because if you look at it right now with disability, there's a lot of money being spent on disability investigation for fraud and all that. Sure, that'll end some of these jobs because now they won't have to have all these inspectors going around and checking to make sure that, if you're on the welfare, that you're actually applying for jobs, that you're actually, trying to get work and all that. So then you don't have all these social workers running around and doing all that nonsense. That'll hurt them in the long run, but it just means they can divert that attention elsewhere. In the end, it'll actually be a lot worth it. It was working great in Hamilton. I remember reading all the stats on it because I was big time for universal basic income. When they first announced that they were trying to pick a city for it, I was hoping they were going to pick North Bay. But they picked Hamilton. That's fine. It's a bigger city, more data, more information, more diversity. See how it helps people. See the outcome. And the outcome was actually fantastic. Until Uncle Dougie went and scrapped it. Then it caused a huge uproar because he scrapped it prematurely. It was supposed to be a 3-year pilot program. It lasted for almost 2 years. And then they shut it down. And people were just getting used to it. And I can actually relate to that because it's like when I got my big bump in pay. My $7, $8 an hour raise. Actually, at that time, it was a $9.90 hour raise. And I was like, holy crap. I had all this money coming in. I was like, I got extra money to buy stupid shit. So I was buying a lot of stupid shit. On top of that, paying my bills. Always being on time, never having anybody call me saying, oh, you forgot to pay this bill or that. I was actually paying in advance. I had a surplus going in because I could afford it. And then Uncle Dougie comes into power and he axes that. So I know what they went through. I feel what they went through. So this is the perfect time for them to engage UBI, or at least take the data from Ontario, really go over it. Because one of the biggest things of getting sick is when you're stressed out. And one of the biggest stresses in the world, and anybody out there who's watching this can relate, is financial stress. Wondering where you're going to get that money to buy that food for your family. Wondering where you're going to get that money to pay the hydro bill after the hydro company jacked it up over the winter. Wondering where you're going to get that money to pay for the heating. Where you're going to get that money to put gas in your car. Where you're going to get that money, so on and so forth. Your kids are going to school, whatever the case may be. Now you're stuck at home. Now you're not working. Now the money flow just stopped. You're going to go on EI. You're going to live off $575 every 2 weeks? You and your entire family? Are you freaking kidding me? That's going to be stupid hard to do. Right now is the opportune time for them just to jump on board and get it done. I'm all for UBI. I think it's a great idea. It worked great in Hamilton when they were running the pilot. And it's about damn time to try it globally. Or not globally, but I think they're already doing it somewhere over in the Europes. I think it's Spain, Sweden, somewhere around there anyway. They're doing UBI, and even their data shows that the people are less stressed and everybody's happier. And that's the thing. If you're not stressed, your cortisol levels are low. If your cortisol levels are low, you have a better chance of fighting off a virus attack. If your cortisol is high, if you're stressed out, your cortisol's through the roof, your body is creating inflammation as a fight or flight type of defense. Inflammation is where viruses go to incubate. Viruses incubate, they strike hard. You're a hurting unit. Keep the cortisol down, keep the stress down. Get some good sleep. Can't get good sleep when you're worried about how you're going to make that truck payment, how you're going to make that car payment, how you're going to make that mortgage payment, how you're going to make that rent payment, how you're going to pay for that hydro, how you're going to pay for that heat. Cortisol goes through the roof. You're not getting a lot of sleep. Your immune system's now under fire. A virus comes in, and guess what? Your days are numbered. Just saying. Take care of people's financial stress. People will have a happier life. And we'll get through this damn COVID-19. Right? Right. Because in the end result, that's what we got to do now. We just got to get this bullshit said and done with. Stay the frig home. Quit passing the infection. Hopefully the government comes through and alleviates the financial stress of things. And in the end, we can pull out of this. And hopefully the devastation is low. That's all I got to say. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Sorry for that long rant, but hopefully somebody out there who's being on the chain sees it and gets an idea, because that'd be super sweet. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.